Stream.
Hello, Facebook. Woo! Yes, 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 yes. I'm so glad to be here on this wonderful frigid Friday, not Friday, February. My name is Samoy and I'm part of the SEAM team. And welcome to the Parent Takeover Live here on for our SEAM Live. Excuse me. You can tell I hadn't done this all year yet. This is my first one for the year. But thank you so much for everyone joining. If you're watching live, thank you so much for being here. If you're watching this later on, thank you so much for taking time to watch it too. We have so much fun things in store and so much wonderful information to share with you. But if you have any comments, if you want to just swing by and say hello, or you have a question, please, please, please drop it below in the description box and we will answer that question. If not tonight, we will get back to you as soon as we can. All right. So today we want to talk about, you're probably wondering why we have these yellow scarves on. I'm about to burn up in mine, but we're gonna just keep it on for a little bit. So hold on. Okay, today we're going to talk about the Capitol. We were there last week for National School Choice Week, and the SEAM team and lots of students, parents, and teachers were just there last week. As you can tell, I'm sorry, y'all. This is SEAM Live. This is my son came in real quick to say hello to all the guests. All right, Mama's got to finish. But thank you. We were there last week for our first advocacy day, as well as our annual National School Choice Week, which was amazing. But we're going to talk about more of that later on. But joining me today is my colleague from the St. Louis side, Lisa Smith.
Hey, Samoy, welcome back. And you know, I'm always excited to do the parent takeover with you.
I get so thrilled when we get together. This is just such a wonderful highlight. I just get so giddy. I always say I'm excited, but I really am excited. This is such a good time.
Yes.
Lisa, it's not two of us tonight. I'm so happy. We're going to have the rest of the team on tonight. We have also with us joining us is our Associate Executive Director, Peter Franzen. Peter, welcome to the show. And there he is in his scarf.
Hey, I'm here.
There you go. Hey, Peter. Yes. And also, we have our wonderful, wonderful Director of Outreach, Cece Tompkins. Cece, hello and welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yes, I'm so glad y'all are on here tonight. I'm so glad. We usually don't get to see each other all the time. Well, the audience doesn't to see the four of us together. So this is a really special treat. So yeah, but before we dig into tonight's topic and before we take these scarves off, I love how everybody is like we're all showing our national, oh, mine is backwards, a national school choice scarves, which we all wore. I'll talk a little bit more about that later, but before we dive into tonight's topic, Peter, you're like cracking me up right now. Oh
Trying to
gosh.
make a fashion statement here with this
I love it.
fantastic.
Like you're really doing it. Like everybody has it their like own way. Like we're really doing these scarves, y'all. This is like so exciting, so exciting. But before we dig in tonight's topic, I would like to first open up with our educational news from around the world. I'm so sorry, y'all. My son will not move. Go upstairs, please. Sorry. This is live. This is live for you. The news is coming directly from our newly elected governor, Governor Mike Kehoe, in the great show me state of Missouri, y'all. So it's right here at home. Woo-hoo! Um, as we all know, Governor Kehoe is a huge supporter of school choice, and he wants to better all children in our state. Like he is just adamant about that. He even said in a direct quote, he said he wants to better all children in our state to produce a better outcome so that students are ready to go into the workforce. That is something is very important to me. That is what he said. Just to know that he's thinking about our kids now and equipping them and preparing them for their future speaks so highly of just what our governor wants from families, what he thinks that they need, which we need school choice options. We're in a society where those options are just so crucial. So because of that, he is proposing, as part of his educational funding plan, he's asking lawmakers to allocate $50 million to expand a scholarship program, which is the Missouri Scholarship Program that goes for public, private, and homeschooling options. There we go. We got thumbs up. So he's asking the lawmakers at the state capitol to put aside not $50,000, y'all, but $50 million for students all across the state of Missouri. I mean, can we do our round of applause? I just yeah. I'm just getting so giddy about that. Although funding was not required by the government last year when they passed Senate Bill 727, due to being funded only by donations and tax credits, Kehoe, once again, he stated, by adding state funding to a tax credit program, we will be able to serve substantially more children than the program has in the past year. This is a fresh and exciting proposal for our state, y'all, and potentially the ability to have more options for parents. I just want to just stop for just a second if anyone wants to add on to that. How are y'all feeling about this news in our state? I mean, this is our state. Like, this is good. What anybody want to add to that?
It's a big boost, Samoy. A much needed boost. The fundraising by the EAOs has been challenging, even with the 100% tax credit. So I think the recognition of that challenge by supporting that Most Scholars Fund with this $50 million line item would be fantastic. Much needed. There's
Much needed.
so many kids waiting.
There you said it. Yeah, there's so many kids waiting. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think it's just hopeful. I think it says that we're really going to be able to pass all types of school choice legislation. Having the governor as a champion, in addition to other leadership in the Senate and the House that are all going for this, I just feel really hopeful we're going to get a lot done.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I just wanted just knowing that it just seems like the governor, and I hope everybody understands this, everyone that's watching or not watching or passed along, that we're doing our very best to make sure just more options are available for all families, all students. And if that means proposing a $50 million, bill and to expand the Missouri Scholarship, I just think that's an excellent thing. And that is so doable. I know we can do it. So I'm excited. I'm sure we're going to be hearing more from Governor Kehoe about the educational funding request. And so we will definitely keep y'all updated in the months to come with that issue. Well, not issue, excuse me, but with that bill, with that challenge. But yeah, let's dive into tonight's program with National School Choice Week. As you can see, we're all wearing these wonderful yellow scarves that say National School Choice Week, which was all last week. Had a wonderful time. There were hundreds of individuals that had the scarves on, celebrated National School Choice Week. And we also added a parent advocacy day where tons of parents were able to speak with legislators. They met with senators and with representatives and other parents, and kids were able to, I mean, it was just so amazing to see so many schools and so many students celebrating their school, but then also just the freedom and opportunity to celebrate National School Choice Week. So that is why we are wearing these scarves. But y'all, I need to take mine off. So if you want to take yours off, go right ahead. I'm about to pass out in this thing. And it doesn't help that I have on this little heater over here beside me. I should have done like Lisa. I like how she did hers. I might try to do that for the rest of the show, but I had to get that from around my neck. But yeah, so it was a really, really great time. We had such a good time, and I know that we all have something that we enjoyed from each and from each and every one of us, something that happened during last week's visit. But then also we got some wonderful pictures of legislators. We got all of our speakers that came. I mean, y'all, we had, oh my gosh, we had Governor Kehoe to speak at National School Choice Week. So that was such a special treat. We had the state treasurer. We also had a representative there and a senator. And of course, all the performances were absolutely amazing. So are we going to do the pictures first? Are we going to do like as we go on?
I was just going to ask you, Samoy, you want to see, should we show people, it's about 3 minutes, but you want to show people the news story and like see how the news reported on us?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do the news story. Peter, do you want to say anything about it, the clip, before you play it?
No. You know, we have no control over the media, so I think that this news story is a testament to our messaging and the fact that, you know, yeah, I don't, let's see how a third party saw the event, and then we'll show our pictures and talk about what we thought about the event.
Okay, sounds good. Well, y'all, without further ado, we're gonna play the clip.
There he is. Where's this thing start? Oh, here we go.
New test scores released today by the nation's reportcard.gov reveal a continued decline in both math and reading across the nation. And one day after Governor Mike Kehoe told lawmakers the state needs to give parents more options for educating their kids, the state capitol rotunda filled with advocates for school choice. KRCG 13's Amaya Henry reports.
This week, educators, advocates, and students are rallying for the right to choose. School Choice Week, in partnership with Children's Education of Missouri Alliance, or CEAM, held a celebration at the Capitol Rotunda, engaging with lawmakers on school choice.
When it comes to education, a good fit for the kid is just so critically important. And to say that every family in Missouri should have access to options when it comes to picking the school or the educational setting for their children.
There were musical selections from schools within the choice sector, as well as words from state representatives and school choice supporter Governor Mike Kehoe.
And in this building, a lot of adults have conversations about what they think is right and wrong, but too many times they lose focus of what does the kid, the child, the young man, the young woman need, what fits his or her abilities and preferences best.
Samoy Minda is a mom and CEAM outreach coordinator who says the right to choose greatly benefited her children's education.
I have 3 kids. I have a 15-year-old, I have a 7-year-old, and I have a 6-year-old. And all 3 of my children learn differently. It is not something that we take lightly.
Alternatively, there has been a long-standing argument from organizations like Youth and Policy Institute on private and charter school funding. They say charter schools take resources away from public schools. Groups also argue the process of enrollment can be unfair. Franzen, disagreeing, shares that students and their families are already seeking alternative routes for education, and this advocacy creates an even playing field for students without the resources to do so.
My personal experience working in the city of St. Louis for 30 years doing nonprofit, social work, type work in low-income, disenfranchised communities was simply that I got to a point where I was literally disgusted with the idea that these families, because by virtue of where they lived, were being assigned a school that we know is not working. These adults know that it's not working. When you have 12% of your kids on who are proficient in reading and 9% in math, you know that that school is not working, and yet you are telling these parents to sacrifice their kids to that school and tell them, oh, we're going to make it better. Just sit tight.
Reporting in Jefferson City, Amaya Henry, KRCG 13.
That was Peter Franzen speaking. He says many families who want funding for alternative education outlets and are no different than those who move into different districts to get the education they desire.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
That was great to get some coverage like that, I thought.
Yeah, y'all did amazing.
It was really good. It really just opened up that platform and that door to so many people that might not know we're around and what we, advocate for. And just to, Peter, even with you talking and just what you were saying, it just, as a parent, you just know that, wow, this organization really cares about my family. Like they're not going to just, you know, agree and think that it's okay just to have our kids just sit there and wait until, oh, we're going to get it together, so absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Yeah. Well, we're going to go on a little further. I know we were talking about highlights and we wanted to, like, we had a lot of amazing highlights from the whole day. It was a busy day for all of us. I mean, we were busy. We were on our toes from literally sun up to sundown, but it was absolutely incredible. So that being said, I think we're going to go around and ask the team what was their favorite highlight for the day. And we are going to start with Peter. Peter, can you give us a highlight, give the audience a highlight from National School Choice Week and or Advocacy Day?
Yeah, the highlight I want to point out is kind of relates to the overall school choice environment. When we do our rally at the Capitol, it's been a lot of private schools and some charter schools. And so I was happy to see Gateway Science Academy from St. Louis, a charter school, come up there for the Show Me Excellent Schools. That was our theme. And they were great. And they had a little musical presentation. And when the first song, when they got started, it was Crazy Train, which all the Gen Xers out there probably know Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne. So it was just, it was amusing. It was great. And they did a really wonderful job. So that was mine. They were fun.
That was definitely epic. I know I was sitting beside you, Peter, and I was like, wait a minute, I've heard that song. I mean, we were jam. I was like, wait, we could have listened to that again. I mean, we were getting down. I mean, those kids, they were absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Before I go any further, are we going to show pictures now or are we going to wait till like the end? What are we doing?
Let's do, come on. Here we go. Hold on. Check that out. Sorry, the reason I keep looking crazy, I'm working from 2 computers here. So this is my
so we're going to show a couple of photos.
That didn't look like the right share. How did that work? Hold on. I think I need to turn it into a hold, please. Keep talking there for 1 second.
Well, as Peter gets that, he'll let me know when he's ready. That was absolutely amazing highlight. And I know Cece has some wonderful highlights. Cece, we're going to go to you, and I think you have something special for the audience to show them as well.
I do. I have an awesome highlight from the event. It actually started with a smaller event we had last Friday, where we asked Representative Zimmerman to come tour a private school in her district, the Academy of St. Louis. They are a very small private school, only about 40 students, but they serve students with disabilities, primarily students on the spectrum. And they do a phenomenal job, especially preparing kids to transition into adulthood and have successful adult lives. And if you go to tour, you'll be blown away with the work that they're doing at their small school. And they do have students at that school receiving the Most Scholars Scholarship. So
Wow.
that's been really wonderful for some of those families. And I don't know, Peter, if I was going to show the video before or after, but anywho, I'll just quickly finish my story. And so those students got to meet the representative at their school and said, we're coming up on Wednesday for National School Choice Week. Is there any way you can invite us on the House floor? Could you possibly even announce their school? And Representative Zimmerman, and she immediately fell in love with these students in the school, said, of course, I'd love to have you so much. And she's a freshman. She's this is her first year as a legislator. Said, I've never done this before. I'm so excited to do it. So it was a first for her. And it was actually first for us to have a school announced on the House floor. And it was a really special moment for the kiddos. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can.
Yeah. Please, if you can show that video. Yeah, wow, that's absolutely incredible, man.
I think it was really an honor. So here we go.
Yeah, that really is.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Introduction of special guests.
Proceed, lady.
Thank you. In the back of the gallery, I am honored to introduce an exceptional exceptional young individuals that go to a remarkable organization, the Academy of St. Louis. I had the opportunity to tour that school last Friday.
Give me a second. Let me get a little will all in the galleries please keep their and on the floor please keep their conversation to whisper. Proceed, lady.
Thank you. Again, to the back upper gallery, there's a group of young individuals that attend the Academy of St. Louis, which is a small independent school in my district located in Manchester, Missouri. I had the opportunity to meet them last week and tour their school, and it was a wonderful facility. The Academy of St. Louis is dedicated to serving students with learning disabilities and autism and equipping them with the tools and skills they need to thrive in life. The Academy's innovative programs include a transition program which focuses more than just academics and emphasizes practical work skills and independent living, which are foundations that empower these students to lead fulfilling lives after high school and either attend a 2 or 4 year college, tech school, or gain employment and volunteer opportunities. Please join me in welcoming these inspiring young individuals, and I hope that the House gives them a warm welcome.
That just, man, just schools for so many families. Like, there's so many options out there, and what they're focusing on at their private school is absolutely amazing. And to be introduced during session, that was such a sweet highlight. Very, very sweet highlight. Thank you, Cece, for sharing. And then up next we have Lisa. Lisa, what was your highlight from Advocacy Day and or National School Choice Week?
National School Choice Week, it was an amazing day filled with powerful moments that truly highlighted the importance of educational options for families. One of the biggest highlights for me was meeting Governor Kehoe, taking photos with him and hearing him speak, in support of school choice. It was just a huge moment to have our governor stand with us and acknowledge, the importance of giving families the freedom to choose the best education for their children. Representative Terry did an amazing job speaking and presenting certificates to the schools. And Senator Bratton also gave an outstanding speech in support of school choice. All of those representatives, Samoy, who spoke, they did a phenomenal job. And those are the type of leaders we need, the ones who truly support families and educational freedom,
Yeah, absolutely.
The students' performances were absolutely wonderful. And, the advocates who continue to fight for school choice, they made their voices heard loud and clear. Our reps know what we want. Overall, I love the Show Me Excellent Schools rally for National School Choice Week and everything it represents. And I look forward, to next year.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I just still can't get over just like there's a couple of pictures. That is one of the schools I was there passing out the scarves to the students, and it was just an absolute just wonderful day. Oh my gosh, y'all. Okay, I just told on myself. I'm wearing the same shirt I had on in that picture on tonight. Hot dog. You can tell that's one of my favorite shirts.
You're all right.
Oh, goodness. But yeah, so that's one of the pictures, and then we've got a bunch of other ones. This was what were we doing here? Was this during
We didn't even mention the St. Joseph Christian School band, which was phenomenal. I think this is doing the national anthem.
Peter, honestly, that the St. Joseph School, you would have thought that. I mean, I thought they were playing at Carnegie Hall. I mean, just absolutely.
They are trying. That's the gist of that band. Since that band leader took over, they've been submitting their band and trying to.
Okay, well, they're almost there. They're definitely almost there. So and then we have Representative Marlene Terry, who was speaking, who gave an amazing speech, was absolutely incredible. There's Senator Bratton given, and we have our state treasurer. there. And I think next is Peter, and oh no, there's other parents and there's the audience. We were jam-packed. It was a wonderful time. We were jam-packed in there, which was
Oh,
good. And Governor shaking Peter's hand, being introduced
he was great.
as he speaks. Um, Absolutely amazing. He gave a wonderful speech. Oh my gosh. Like I was just, yeah, blown away. I'm getting goosebumps already again. Like it was absolutely incredible. Um, I think next is pictures of the kids.
These
Okay,
kids,
so can we pause right here? Okay,
yeah, you were
so
going to talk about these kids. They were incredible.
yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead, well, while we have this picture up, I'm gonna talk about my highlight, and it's about the kids here. Um, These were elementary students from Outreach Christian here in Kansas City, Missouri. I was blown away, and I'm pretty sure everyone else can say this as well. They recited the entire Declaration of Independence, word from word. Like I felt some type of way about myself. I was like, oh my gosh, here I am in my 40s, and I don't even know the beginning of the Declaration of Independence. And these kids were just absolutely fantastic and phenomenal. They were like down the stairwell, and just to hear their voices echo, and I was just kind of looking around the room, and people were just like, are you serious? School choice options, like having your kids to be able to do, things that you want your children to do, is absolutely incredible. And I can't say enough about Outreach Christian and their principal Jessica, who's doing an amazing job, and all the staff and the teachers. That was definitely my highlight from National School Choice Week. Just hearing these beautiful kids recite the Declaration of Independence.
This is crazy
Here we
train.
go. That's your band there, Peter.
Gateway
There's a
Science
crazy
Academy.
train. They did so good.
That was fun.
Yes, Gateway Science Academy. I mean, we were back there jamming. Like I really, yeah, I probably, they were good. They were absolutely incredible. There's Lisa and I with Governor Kehoe, and of course my shadow. There's Seth. You saw him earlier, but that's the governor. We were able to meet him before he spoke, which was absolutely amazing.
I
And I
appreciated
think we
that.
have a couple of, yes, thank you so much,
I
Governor Kehoe.
appreciated
You watching this?
that
Yeah.
he was there and that he was color coordinated for the event.
He really
Yeah,
was. Yeah, he
yes.
sure was. I just realized that. See?
Yeah, he put on his yellow tie. He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's
Yeah.
doing. He knows. He knew. He definitely knew.
And
And
then
I was gonna say,
sorry, I just wanted to add Seth, your son. We appreciate him too. He's been at the Capitol so many times. He led a group around the Capitol and took them through the museum. He was a host, the hostess with the most, host with the most. That
oh my gosh, he had his little notebook in hand, and that was a proud little boy. We lost him. We were like, okay, he's somewhere around here. So I will definitely have to let him know that. That's bringing your kids to the Capitol. This one, I love this. Representative Terry gave certificates to the schools to just thank them so much for their continued support and advocating for school choice options. And so we have, I think this is the director for, is
Gateway.
this Gateway
Yeah.
Science Academy? Okay, so and the presenting the plaques to the teachers and are the aides to Representative Marlene Terry. So thank y'all so much for doing that. That was absolutely incredible.
That's Clinton Academy there.
Is that Clinton Academy? Okay, Clinton Academy in Clinton, Missouri. And then I think we've got Palmyra up
Well,
next.
my computer just did that thing where everything disappears. Oh, here it is.
Oh, everything disappeared. Okay.
Yeah,
There we
Palmyra.
go. Palmyra there. But all the schools were represented, and we have here
Isn't this Academy of St. Louis?
Representative Zimmerman.
Yep.
With some students, and
These are the kids that were,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut who was
welcome on
talking.
the
I'm sorry.
floor.
I'm cutting out. Yes. Yeah, with Representative Zimmerman. We've got some, oh, and there's my kid there too. So yeah, so those are some pictures. We have more on our website if you want to check those out. It was just a wonderful, wonderful day at the Capitol. Speaking of the Capitol, we have an upcoming advocacy day that will be happening on next Tuesday, February the 11th in Jefferson City, Missouri. If you want to know more about that or transportation, how to get there to the Capitol, please reach out to us. Go on our websites with more information, but we will definitely be at the Capitol next Tuesday morning, February the 11th. Oh my gosh, y'all, that's a wrap. We're done.
Already out of time.
We're out of time. We are out of time. Lisa, did you want to add anything to that?
Yes, Samoy. Well, I hope that this Facebook Live has truly inspired others to join the SEAM team and advocate for Missouri children to receive the education they deserve. Facebook, stay
Yes.
informed, stay connected, and SEAM team, let's keep spreading the word and making a difference together.
Yes, yes. Thank you all for joining us live, or if you're watching this in the future, thank you too so much. Don't forget to check out our website, seamteam.org, and showmeschooloptions.org. Please like us, follow us, and share our videos on all 4 of our social media platforms, which are Children's Education Alliance of Missouri Facebook and LinkedIn. We also have the SEAM team on Instagram, and I'm missing one of them. No, I'm not. I think that was all of them. Yes. Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Yes. Well, that's a wrap. Thank you all for joining us live. Or if you're watching this in the future, thank you so much for joining us. Get involved. Don't give up. Like Kehoe said, I do remember that at the end of his speech, he said, "Don't stop, don't give up." So make sure you follow some of our links in the comments if we have some, or if you want to ask a question, leave it below, and we'll get back with you. Thank you so much, y'all. Have a good night.